Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, I have to talk about something with this thing of ours. Punta Cana pre-construction projects. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You know there's good, and sometimes they're bad. Well, I have to talk about the bad because this thing of ours, we need regulations. We need to make sure everybody's safe. But I did not know what happened at one of the premier projects, Punta Cana, Vista Cana. We're going to talk about it. Almost have a little tears to my eyes. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, please share the videos because this is a concerning situation when you have a gas leak and an explosion that takes an individual's life. Panorama Lake, inside Vista Cana, in Punta Cana. It happened a year ago almost. We're going to start going to it. I'm going to play a video that's on YouTube. I'll put a link down below in the description. So I want to give you guys what actually has happened. I want to show you what happened with the developers. This is one of those things where there has to be more of accountability for all the activity that's going on with all of these buildings that they are creating in the tourism industry. There must be something called safety. There must be something called inspections. There must be something to go over, above, and beyond because this is our thing of ours. We want to have the property values increase dramatically, and we want to make sure the building is safe for all. Now, let's get into it, shall we? We got a lot to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play a little excerpts. Once again, Las Exclusivas de Jose Peguero. And he is actually speaking with a man that has lost his wife. He got burned, 90% of his body. His son, 50 to 60% of his body got burnt. But I want you to notice this right here. This right here is concerning to me because I'm going to show you this article first. Family affected by gas tank explosion remains in critical condition. This is July 28th, 2023. This is Panorama Lake inside Vista Cana. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't some simple explosion. This is a huge, like a bomb went off. Now, luckily, hardly anybody lived there at the time, but they just so happened to be there, unfortunately. But I want you to notice this. The husband and son who were affected during the explosion of 2 gas tanks, which occurred Wednesday night in her, and I don't understand that, apartment located in Vista Cana Residential, Panorama Lake, remain in critical condition. They're from families residing in Orlando, Florida. Now, look here. The man, only known by the name of Luis Andres, is admitted to the Pearl F. Ort burn unit at the hospital in Santo Domingo. Now, notice this. While the couple's son, 1 year and 2 months old, is also still in delicate health conditions, second-degree burns on 45% of his body surface. This is significant, ladies and gentlemen, just that mere thing. But what I want you to notice here is a travesty. This whole article talks about the patient. Hospital official explained that child's lungs were greatly affected by the inhaled smoke. Not anywhere in this article does it mention that his wife was killed in this situation. This is a travesty. Notice none of it says, that's right, family, they were here. They had 4 or 5 days. We're leaving today, Thursday, for Orlando. This is a travesty. Now, with that said, notice there is no mention of the death, which is big time news. And for some reason, it stayed under the radar. And this right here is from February 13th. I found out about it because this came across on my feed. I was like, what is this? This is so like almost hush hush when it should not be. But I understand there's always somebody out here, and there's people out here when it has to do with money, their morals, their character. All of a sudden, they allow things that they would not allow. This is what we have now. Hundreds of millions, billions of dollars coming into the Dominican Republic based on tourism, and they're saying we don't care about life. That's what I get from this. Now, let's get into some of this, shall we? Because again, this is annoying, disturbing. I'm going to start out a little bit. This is in Spanish, so some of you may enjoy that if you speak Spanish. Notice the closed caption is on the screen from the video itself. So hopefully this helps you out to understand a little bit. So we're going to go off this first intro. All right, check this out.
El camino que me queda, si yo sobreviví lo otro, yo puedo hacer lo que me falta. Ha sido muy difícil, lo sé. O sea, todavía uno está sufriendo la consecuencia de eso.
¿Nada te despertó la suspicacia de que pudiera pasar alguna situación?
Y veo que dejaron, por ejemplo, ahí cuando tú sales del lobby, dejaron...
This is crazy. I just wanted to put this out there because, once again, people do not understand there may not be that good of inspections. The crew, you don't know what's going on. This happened over about what, 10 months ago? This is crazy when you really think about it. This is a shame. All right. So this guy's giving his truth, and I want to get into the part where I say the article doesn't mention anything about his wife, which is a travesty.
Era que se presentaran, pero nosotros tenemos una responsabilidad social de dar a conocer algunos casos que a veces en la prensa pasan en alto. Vamos a conversar con Luis Andrés Mella, quien vivió una pesadilla en Punta Cana.
All right. This is disgusting that what you're going to find out shortly. I'm not going to get there just yet because I have to show you. You guys saw what happened from the Bavaro News. But now I'm going to move up to where it shows the building so you can actually see. It's the same picture virtually. But I figured since we're talking about it, let's go show you right now what it's looking like. All right. This is what they're saying. What it's looking like.
Uno está sufriendo la consecuencia de eso. Ha sido mucha terapia, mucho esfuerzo, por ejemplo, de parte de uno de recuperarse.
Wow.
Gracias a Dios, mi hijo fue el que menos quemadura sufrió.
Wow.
Y él ya anda corriendo.
Is that crazy or what, ladies and gentlemen? Is that wild? Think about this as well. What would you think would be the response after this happens to a family? Epic Ventures, Panorama Lake, development, builders. What do you think they would do if this would happen? What would you expect? Would you expect, of course, there's going to have to be helicoptered out, right? Of course, they're probably going to come back to the USA eventually. Who's going to cover their bills? You would think that the developer would say, oh my God, maybe I got to cover some of their bills. You're damn right. That's what everybody would think, right? Well, let's see how this story unfolds, shall we? Let's move to where he's talking about what he had to endure at the 7:44 mark. In this video, it starts. I can only play little clips because I don't have approval to play any of this. So here we're going to start at this location. It's called Panorama Lake and the construction company Epic Ventures. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a short clip. You can hear what he's saying or see it on the screen.
Epic Ventures es una compañía conformada por la familia Cohen y el grupo Sensión. Mis abogados tuvieron un acercamiento con ellos, te quiero decir que hace un mes, más o menos, y pues según lo que ellos quedaron es que no se iban a responsabilizar, básicamente.
You see where this is going? Do you see? They were not going to take responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see where this is going? You knew it was going to go there because medical expenses of this magnitude for two people, let alone the death of his wife, they should be paying for all of it. They're going to not take responsibility. So this now comes upon the guys that are the development, Vista Cana themselves. You have to go, hey, man, what are you guys going to do in the future to protect people? Because by rights, they're selling the land, they're independent, but then they're not vetting the builders or any of the construction going on once they sell the land and allow it the builder to be inside their project. So let's move on because this, again, is a scary situation. So we're going to find out what the lawyers are helping, right? Let's go find out because, of course, the man starts asking about it. What about the lawyers? What are they doing? Well, why don't we find out? There's a reporter, Alicia Ortega, that kind of, glosses over stuff, don't want to really get into it. You know why? Because some of the courts, they're affected by these developers and builders. They don't want to make any waves. They're letting these guys do some reckless things and then put people in litigation for a year or 2 or 3, and it costs money to be in litigation.
En los próximos días ya teníamos coordinado para juntarnos con los abogados de mío, lo cual es mentira. Si tú me preguntas el día de hoy, febrero 13, todavía no se han acercado.
February 13th.
En cuanto a lo otro, pues como no hay un acercamiento y por lo que yo entiendo, a ellos se le importa.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. They don't care. That's what basically he's gotten out of this. They don't care. What do you think? Let me know what you guys think down below. Now you understand? Takeover 2024 may be possible. Let's go see what happens after they don't care.
Ante esta situación.
No, en verdad yo no he puesto ninguno. O sea, simplemente que ellos entienden que eso a ellos no les importa, básicamente. Porque ellos ni siquiera han dado como una razón de por qué ellos entienden que ni siquiera es culpa de ellos. Porque no la hay. Ese es el problema. Ellos no tienen cómo defenderse de eso. Porque todas las pruebas están ahí.
¿Qué información?
You see this, ladies and gentlemen? Not defending themselves because it's whose fault is it? They're going to blame the gas company. They're going to blame who? It's in their project. Did you see the blast? That was incredible. They're lucky they didn't kill another 10 to 15 or 20 people. They just got lucky other people weren't there. This is incredible. Incredible. So we're going to get into move ahead and we're going to get into what do you think the company did? Let me know what you guys think. Let's go right here where you can see a picture of him and his wife again. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. What do you think happened?
Maduras, que tu esposa tuvo que ser sacada, ustedes también tuvieron que ser sacados del país en ambulancias especiales para llevarlos a Miami, donde tú resides. ¿Cuál fue la respuesta de esa empresa? ¿Tuvieron ustedes que costearlo todo o ellos colaboraron para que ustedes pudieran recibir las mejores atenciones?
All right. You can see right there, he's getting ready to ask the questions, as everybody wants to know, right? What did Epic Ventures do? What did Vista Cana do? Anybody? You can guess. You know it costs a lot of money to go to the hospital, right? Especially when we start talking about burn units. All right? This is very, very difficult. Very eye-opening, I hope, for a lot of people. All right? Here we go. What does Epic do? Well, they do something. Is it enough? I don't know. You guys tell me, is it enough?
En el avión ambulancia. Eso fue lo único que se colaboró. Después de ahí, pues básicamente todo lo otro lo he costeado yo. Y bueno, gracias a Dios uno tiene seguro, pero como sea, sí, se han tenido que pagar de deducible.
So see, they paid the deductible, ladies and gentlemen. But the bottom line to the story is, this is something that affects all of us who are investors, who may be developers or builders. We have to be much, much better, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking to developers, builders, project managers, the people that are installing anything that can affect people's lives. That includes the gases. Clearly, the gas is important. Clearly, hot water is important. Anything that can hurt a person, another human being, another animal, is important to make sure that you have that right 100%. And if it's not, then it's expected that you should toe the line. And of course, this cost the man millions of dollars, but luckily he had insurance. Luckily the deductibles handled, but I'm pretty sure there's ongoing situations with his health and his son's health. And you can never replace your wife, your loved one, your family member under any circumstance. The pain is going to last for a lifetime. So that, again, they get to walk off is disgusting to me if they don't come with something better than we just paid his deductible. We help with the life flight out. They need to be handling some ongoing situations, and counseling definitely is needed because, again, it's unfathomable. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the latest things that I just found out about. And now I started researching, and there's been some other incidents that has been swept quietly under the rug. We got a lot to talk about going ahead. This is why SSN Nation Takeover could commence, because there's lots of things that we can do to improve this situation. Now, you may notice this is just, it's not all the time. But all I'm trying to express is this thing of ours, we have to try to be much, much better. All right? And when there's shed light on something like this, that means there can be improvement. You keep putting it on the rug, then that means it can happen again because people won't care. So with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you got the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and we're putting our hard-earned money into some of these projects. We don't want to put our life on the line by being and living in these projects that could possibly go wrong. So once again, foundations, any electricals, anything that can affect a person, building is no joke. But the government needs to probably start having stricter regulations on what people are doing. And if you're inside of projects, then the projects need to oversee and make sure the developer and builders are above and beyond. Maybe have your own inspectors. There's always something you can do to try to be better. Wake-up calls are coming. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.